Hi, my name is Rachel Richter, and I chose to focus on the fishing discourse community. Fishing is a prehistoric practice that dates back 40,000 years. And for most of history, it was an important practice that common civilians had to participate in order to have food on their tables. But as of today, the everyday civilian will fish solely for the enjoyment of it. Currently, in the US, 17% of people consider fishing a hobby of theirs. You probably even know someone who does. I know I do. In fact, my own brother is the biggest fisherman I know. His name is Bo, and he's been fishing his whole life. In the past few years, it's become his favorite hobby. Here are just a few of his catches. Fortunately, I had the opportunity to speak to Bo while in the act. I was able to ask him a few questions that really inform about the world of the hobby fishing discourse community. So Bo, why do you like to fish?
Well, fishing is something that I like to do for a lot of different reasons. Mainly because it gets you out into scenery that you otherwise wouldn't be exposed to, and it's an outlet for relieving stress and connecting with nature.
How often do you go fishing?
I usually go fishing anywhere from 1 to 2 times a week, depending on how the week plays out. But I'd say a month, I try to go at least 5-6 times.
So some people catch fish to eat. Do you do that a lot?
Not usually. If I'm out hunting, out in the woods, and I'm on a nice natural stream, and I end up catching some stalkers, sure, I'll eat those fish once in a while on a campfire, but I enjoy catch and release. It's just as exciting and rewarding for me to land a fish as it is to let them out of the net and let them swim away. It's fun to see that fish and that natural beauty and color when they're in the water. So I don't eat a lot of the fish I catch, mainly catch and release.
How has fishing impacted your life in a positive way?
Well, if it wasn't for fishing, I'd probably drink a lot of alcohol and smoke a lot of cigarettes. It's a stress reliever. It's a good way to kind of forget about daily to-dos, and it's a good reset at the end of each week, kind of clear your mind. And I mean, anytime you're out in nature, it's just a good mental reset.
Can you tell us the story of your favorite catch?
Ooh, my favorite catch in New Mexico probably would be, just catching trout in Jemez. It's probably one of the most magical things. You're surrounded by tall pines and fresh air, and the occasional bobcat will sneak up on you, or coyote, and just pulling trout out of those little freshwater streams and creeks are pretty amazing. I wouldn't say I have a favorite catch, I'd say I have favorite places to catch. But yeah, every catch is my favorite.
What would you say the relationships are like between members of the community?
Well, in the fly fishing community, there's a lot of cool dudes out there that know a lot about bug life, fish habitat, and just a lot of natural ecosystems. It's just really cool to learn from other guys and girls. And Usually people are really helpful. So if you have questions, like when you're out fishing in new areas and you run into another angler, people are usually pretty chill, and you can learn a lot.
Everyone's open to teaching each other.
Oh yeah. Once in a while you run into the old man who's like, get out of my water, you know?
Yeah.
He's like, I've been fishing here 20 years, leave. But most of the time, guys are super cool. You know, if you have questions, somebody will have an answer for you. It's been fun because I've been able to teach a lot of people some of the stuff that I've picked up over the years now. And overall, it's a great community. It's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Is there any specific language that is connected to the fisherman community, and how does that affect your involvement?
There's quite a bit of lingo and terminology that you have to pick up as you go. I mean, with fly fishing, you start with the basics. You're no longer using a spinning reel. You're using a fly reel with fly line, and inside here, actually I'll show you, you've got backing material that connects to your fly line, which gives you weight to allow you to cast. So I mean, when you get into it, there's a lot of little details to the equipment you use, to the bug life that you're observing and trying to mimic with your fly patterns. So there's a lot to know about your equipment. And so when it comes to like talking with other guys within the community, you kind of need to know what you're talking about. But you pick it up as you go. But I think the question was, is there lingo that's specific to the community? Yes, very much so.
What do you think it takes to be part of the fishing discourse community? Do you think just anyone can join?
Yeah, actually, that's what's so neat about fishing, is it brings in people from a lot of different fields. I mean, you don't have to be in a certain profession. You don't have to grow up in a certain area. You don't have to be rich to do it. I mean, yes, it gets pricey with your equipment, but I mean, this is a $30 rod from Walmart with a reel. I do have an expensive rod I also use for saltwater, but anybody can start with it. You pick up a rod. You're not going to be great at first, but the best thing is there's such a neat group of people out there that are willing to show you and teach you. So anybody can do it. Doesn't matter your background. You learn as you go.
What would you say to people who are thinking of choosing fishing as a new hobby?
Well, I'm going to be biased because it's my addiction, but I would say, hell yeah, give it a shot. I mean, you might not start catching fish immediately, but that's not why we fish. We do it because we love being outside. We love connecting with natural resources that Mother Earth has to offer for us. And I mean, you don't do it to catch fish, you do it to connect with your roots. So anybody who is thinking about fishing, hell yeah, pick up a rod, get out there and enjoy.
That was Bo on the ins and outs of the fishing discourse community. I hope you learned a lot. Thank you very much.